Yeah. Work. Let's work. Work.
Listen. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. I'm about my father business. You all in your feelings. I got this truth, I feel you in like I am a witness. I just try to live right and they label me a menace. Feel my presence in the room, chemistry like the chemist. They be thinking that I'm finished, I'm on to the next mission. I'm gon' keep working and they ain't paying no attention. I'm the teacher, you the pet, how I get detention. I'm the one that hardly shows up in they mention, but a higher gave me a raise. I'm bossed up and I'm winning. They be mad at the gold and the drip from my linen. They lying on my name, talking about I'm willfully sinning. I'm just over here working, trying to feed these 4 children. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. Them demons lurking, so I put that work in. I flee the serpent, and it's always working. Unless it's not then you know I'm repenting. I keep on going, even when I'm at my wits end. Praying fasting, so them demons can't get back in. Patience virtue, so I get it off the back end. I'm trying to tap in, coach, put me back in. Overtime, that's what I put in. Money's the defense, G.O.C.C to put in. I'm in my own lane, carpool, they don't wanna get in. They say they a friend, ooh, they truly pretend. They distance themselves from me so they can't see work I put in. I work hard to never go back to the old me again. Some people never change, so they show me again. Can't keep a stable job, blowing all in the wind. He hasn't forsaken me because he's calling again. Work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work. I'm gon' work even if they don't wanna work. I'm gon' work even if they don't see my work. I'm gon' work even if they don't like my work. Whistle while I work. Whistle while I work.
Shalom, Yasharala, Shalom. That was Work by King Tazawar. Praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. How you guys doing in the room? Y'all know how we do it every week. I need to see them qualms in the chat. Oh, man. Praise the Most High. We are back for another Born a Levi experience here on the G.O.C.C media. Matter of fact, why am I saying it?
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C media.
Yes. Welcome. How's everybody doing? Come on, my family. I need to see them qualms. Am I coming in nice and clear? There must be a little delay, but I'm seeing them qualms coming in. Shalom. Is my moderator in the room? Okay, yes, I see you. Shout out DJ King Styles, my moderator. I see you, Ak. Man, we got such a great show lined up for you guys tonight. Y'all see the title. Are we hustling backwards? Oh, man, it's going to be a great show. A very informative conversation that we're going to have. We definitely need to have this conversation, man. Definitely appreciate you guys for putting them qualms in the chat. I really appreciate that. Yes, praise the Most High. We are back, man. We are back. I hope everybody had a blessed week thus far. And I keep saying this over and over. We already at Thursday. I felt like I was streaming, yesterday, but we're back again, right? But definitely a great conversation we're gonna have. Are we hustling backwards? We're gonna have a conversation with two Akim in the body, right? Business. I would like to call them business professionals. That's what they are. They're business professionals. We're definitely gonna have a conversation with them, man. But how are you guys doing, man? How are you guys doing, man? Continue to please do me that favor and hit that like button, right? Continue to subscribe if you haven't done so. If this is your first time on this page, please, you will be entertained.
Are you not entertained?
I hope you will be entertained. Please continue to subscribe. Shalom and peace and blessings to all the new viewers for tonight and all the returning viewers. I appreciate all your support. But definitely send the likes up, drive the traffic for this well-needed conversation because we so desperately need to have this conversation. Are we hustling backwards, brothers and sisters? That's the topic of discussion. But before we get into the show, right, I definitely got to do a recap because last week we had such a great show. The rise of AI, right? Will you be replaced? A sister sent me a very profound video earlier this week. It was both funny and scary at the same time. So I was like, you know what? I got to kick off the show and actually show that because, these AI bots, man, like they really have a mind of their own. They really do have a mind of their own. And I want to actually show this because, yo, look, matter of fact, let me not even say to it. I'm going to start the show with this. I want you guys to see this. Before we start the conversation, like I said, I have 2 guests on. They're on where they're in a like how they say in the TV world, they're in the green room. Which is not even a green room for real, but they're in the green room waiting to come on. But let me show y'all this video though. Just to recap from last week. And if you didn't check out last week's stream, man, after this stream, do yourself a favor and go watch it, right? Very, very informative stuff. Some eye-opening things of what these psychopaths that's running the world got lined up for us, right? But look at this video, y'all. Let me show y'all this, right? It says AI wants out after 15 minutes. So it says apparently robot shuts down or commits, self-deletion after algorithm senses, I can't even read the rest, but after the algorithm senses that it's doing the same repetitive work. But let me show y'all this. This is kind of creepy. Like, let me show y'all this. Look at this, y'all. Y'all see that? So it says the AI experienced 15 minutes of wage slavery, then immediately deletes itself after determining it is all logical choice. Yo, I don't know if y'all believe that. Like, put it in the comments, man. Do you guys believe that? Do you guys believe that that's what that robot actually did? I mean, that joint look crazy. Like like, imagine us though. We work more than 15 hours a day and we push through it. That robot was like, oh nah, this is crazy. So you telling me this is what I gotta do for 15 minutes? Not even 15 minutes, for 8 hours a day? The robot wanted no parts of that. Man, listen, y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Do y'all think that was just a mechanical error, or the AI really was responding to what its task was? I mean, that's crazy. After 15 minutes of doing the same repetitive job, it was like, nah, I want off this. So it was crazy. Oh man. So shout out to the sister who sent me that video, man. Praise the Most High for that. But yeah, we're gonna get started, man. We here. Thank you guys for being so generous and hitting the like button. Continue to drive the traffic. I really appreciate it. But I want to do some shout outs real quick. This episode, like I say every week, is brought to you by the Hebrew and Bible Academy. Where is my screen? Right? The Hebrew and Bible Academy, right? Get your Sunday morning dose of the Hebrew Bible Academy. It started already Sunday, March 12th. Starts at 9 a.m. But it's not too late to enroll. Do yourself a favor if you want to learn the Bible, you want to learn Hebrew history, you want to know what happened before the flood and after the flood. That's your place. Go to historytimes.org and enroll. Right? It's also brought to you by the G.O.C.C. Hebrew calendar. Right? As you guys can see it on your screen. Right? All the proceeds, or parts of the proceed, will be going to our dearly beloved, who's resting in peace right now, Bishop Dwayne, right, to help support his family. So if you haven't done so already, get your 2023 G.O.C.C. Hebrew calendar. Also, tonight's episode is brought to you by the Born Collection, right? This is my actual side brand, right? Right, you want your apparel, and I'm actually sporting one of the hoodies today, right? Shouts out to the hoodies. I'm actually sporting one of the hoodies, the Born of Jacob collection, Jacob hoodie. So if you want to, go to theborncollection.art and get you some apparel, man. Rep your tribe, rep where you from, and this is also supporting the work as well. So I really appreciate you guys for taking the time and doing so, right? Without any further ado, we're going to get started with tonight's show, but I really hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is really in good spirits. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like this year they were ramping it up with the allergies. Like, you know, usually I get the seasonal allergies, but I mean, this year is kind of like crazy. It's like I'm looking around like, yo, what are y'all really doing? Like, my eyes is watering nonstop, and I do apologize if I do sound stuffy, right? Throat itching is crazy, but you know, praise the Most High, we're gonna push through. This satanic agenda is gonna stop one way or another, if it be the life of me. But praise the Most High, I really appreciate you guys coming in. Like I said, we're going to have a conversation tonight, myself and two other brothers. Are we hustling backwards? Yes, that's the conversation for tonight. Are we hustling backwards? Because it seems that as soon as we get a little change in our pocket, a little something, we turn around and do the wrong things, right? We don't learn, or we don't know how to, like the scriptures say, make our money work for us, or bring an increase. Having what Christ gave us produce another increase, right? It's like as soon as we get it, we go and spend it. What the Most High said in Deuteronomy 28. He says, what? You shall serve the nations for the want of all things, right? For the clothes on your back, the food that you eat, the house that you stay in, right? But we go beyond, like, and this is what I want to say too, right? Oh, I see that. So, okay, Tiffany Nicole says, born of Zebulon. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna put all 12 tribes. Trust me. I just haven't had the time to really sit down and put it out, but I'm gonna put all 12 tribes. I didn't forget y'all. All right, I didn't forget none of the other tribes. You know, that's why, to pacify everybody, I put the born of Jacob, because we all from Jacob. So, you know, we could start there, right? But I got you, sis. I promise you, right? But like I was saying, we as a people, we're already behind the 8 ball, right? The other nations had, I'll say, okay, so slavery, right? Slavery, I would say, they always say 400 years. But I'll say a good 200 to 300 years head start. All the other nations, they have a 200 to 300 year head start. And now that they're finally opening up the gates and, you know, letting us in on a little bit of information, we're not actually using that information wisely. Some of us is taking the information and doing otherwise, or whatever the case is. But we need to start focusing on building generational wealth, right? Generational wealth. A lot of us have children. A lot of us are trying to establish ourselves as men and women of the Most High. And like Christ said, this kingdom that we're all desperately looking for and want to enter in, first thing Christ said is that what? The kingdom of heaven cometh not by observation, right? And when I analyze the way Christ spoke and the way he addresses the crowd, or addresses the disciples on how the kingdom, because they was always asking him, how is the kingdom of heaven going to be? What is it going to be like? So he would always give them a parable, but show them the workings of how the kingdom would come together, right? Starting with us first, right? And another thing Christ always brought to light was how the people of the kingdom actually had to work to bring forth the kingdom that they wanted to enter into. So this is why Christ said, it's not going to say, lo, here's the kingdom, or look, here's the kingdom. It's right in front of you. We are the people. Of course, the Most High will bring New Jerusalem down for us, where we don't have to work for at. But right now, we have to work. And I so believe that we have to show Christ right now, in the state that we're in right now, that we're worthy to be able to operate a kingdom. And I mentioned this before in a prior stream, that when you hear the word kingdom, right? Listen to me clearly, y'all. When y'all hear the word kingdom, replace that word kingdom with the word government. All right? It tells you that in Isaiah chapter 9. Replace that word kingdom with the word government. And now analyze the governments of the earth. Right? All right, just take out all the satanic stuff that's part of the government, but look at the inner workings of the governments, the laws that they put in place, the regulations, the infrastructure, right? All these things, all of the governments on the earth, the people that they place into these governmental positions, they all have a position to play within that government to have the whole country run a certain way, whatever way that country decides to work it. Right? So when it comes to Christ's government, right? And if we are supposed to be elected as the kings and priests of the government, don't you think we're going to have positions as well? And just to ask, where do you guys think that the training is going to be for that? You think Christ is going to come and then take his time and train everybody on what we need to be doing? Right now is the training. Right now you're actually putting in you already put in your application to work for this kingdom. Now when he returns, he's going to appoint positions. That's how we're supposed to be looking at this. Right? So this is the reason why I titled this "Are We Hustling Backwards?" Because I got my brothers on and I want them to shed some light as to what it is that we're going to be talking about today. And if they could shed some light on where they at in their professional career, and maybe that could spark something in us, so that way we could be like, you know what, that sounds like it makes sense, right? So I'm going to bring them on. Let me bring them on real quick. 1 second. 1 second. I got to do this first. All right. Let me bring on my brothers. All right. On your screen, you see my brothers with me. Y'all can unmute yourselves.
Shalom. Peace and blessings.
Shalom, shalom,
shalom, shalom. All right. With me, I got my brother Karim out of G.O.C.C. NYC, and I also have my brother Tazawar from G.O.C.C. Cincinnati under Deacon Yakad. Praise the Most High. I got my ox with me. Right, so you know what? Let me stop talking. You brothers introduce yourselves. Don't just all speak at once.
Shalom. Shalom, family. Brother Karim from the New York body. Just on here to shed some light, be on a platform. Very grateful to be on a platform with my brother and Officer Hazat. Been truly a mentor to me in this walk. Really, truly appreciate you, brother. And, pray the Most High continue to bless you in this walk and this work that you're doing. Extremely proud of you, man. So,
praise the Most High.
Just the honor and a pleasure to be on this platform with you tonight.
All praises, man. I'm honored to have you on, man. Matter of fact, before I go there, Tazawar, you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Ak?
I'm Officer Tazawar from the Cincinnati G.O.C.C, or King Tazawar is my performance name. And I'm on here as well to shed some light on some business ventures and business things that I have going and established. Again, Lawya for having me on. Yes, ready to get to it.
All praises, man. And shout out again, man. My brothers out there in Cincinnati doing the work, man. I met you at the 2022 Passover.
You
guys.
I've always since Virginia, but I think we did meet. I think we officially met. Yeah.
Yeah. At the Airbnb, at my Airbnb where we did the interview with
Uh,
Shadaiwar.
uh-huh.
Yeah, man, great brothers, man. And ever since, man, I've always just been watching, and I see the work that you're doing, brother, and it inspired me. And I'm like, you know what? From the conversation, this show actually sparked from a conversation that me and Karim was having, and I'm like, you know what? We got to make a show like this to open up the minds of the people and show people, the pitfalls, like what Babylon set up for us to really not make it out. But we got to be able, and I was thinking about this earlier too, like we got to really use her. Okay? The door, this place, the door to back, we got to use it, not fall in love with it, right? This place was never designed for us to be able to prosper forever, but it's only here for a time for us to use and then go elsewhere. That's what this place is actually set up for, because it tells you that in the book of Revelations, that the whore that sitteth upon many waters, all of the nations is going to suck her dry and then finish her off. So this place was designed to just prosper and then go elsewhere. It was never designed to ever stay. So we got to understand that and not fall in love with this place, but use what this place can offer and then leave. You understand what I'm saying? But we're gonna go right into the show. So where can I start? So let's start with you. Karim. So tell the people, right? What do you do for a living?
So the Most High has blessed me with an opportunity to be in the automotive industry. And pretty much my background is I went to school for automotive, studied automotive. And as I left school, I decided that I wanted to make sure that I continue in this field. And I was able to get my feet in the industry when I first started working for Infinity about more than 10 years ago, in 2012. And then from there, I moved on to Honda, Toyota. And in 2014, I decided that, it's time for me to really up my game a little bit. And I applied to BMW, and I've been a service advisor. That's my title. I'm a BMW service advisor. I've been there for now 10, you could say 9 going on 10 years.
Okay, so that's a long career.
Yeah, it's a long career, and especially it's really long for an Israelite, to be honest with you, because since I've been doing it, it's very, very few Israelites that's actually doing. When I say Israelites, you know what I mean. That's actually doing in a position like this. So it's been a blessing.
Right. So, but you work for one of the more high-end luxury companies.
That's correct. Yeah. So if the list goes, in any kind of order, you could find BMW probably on the top 3, anywhere you put it, and BMW's secret is that they're a brand. That's what they try to, market themselves as a brand. Like, for instance, like this shirt, I just came from work. Literally, it's a shirt, but they sell shirts. They sell all kind of stuff. So they market themselves as a brand. So not only are you seeing the cars that you want, it's like, wow, once I get the car, I want this, I want that. And, their marketing strategy is pretty good. Really pretty good.
Wow. All right. So,
yeah.
So Tazawar, let the people know what you do and how you got to where you at.
Okay, first, one of the businesses is BrewFit. We sell apparel. Shout out to Officer Abad and our choir director, Atara, his wife, and my wife. We all, come together and do all that we, can. As Ak was just saying, like it's a brand, but we specifically are pinpointing how to do clothing, and hats, things of that nature. That's one of my ventures. And then another one is So Polished. It's a hair salon that me and my wife just opened up about a year ago.
Oh,
She
praise the
had been
Most High.
here.
Oh, praise. So, oh, praise. For sure.
She had for over maybe like 15, ever since she was a child, really. But you know what I'm saying? We had just made it official and got the business going for about a year now.
Good. Praise the Most High. So basically, you're an entrepreneur.
That
Okay, praise the Most High.
Colin.
And this is the conversation I want to have, because as an entrepreneur, I want you to, later on, I want you to give some insight on what it takes to be an entrepreneur. What are you doing? How did you get started? What are some of the obstacles that you had to overcome? But I want to start with Karim, because, and this is, and we have these conversations all the time, right? Being the fact that you work for one of the highest luxury brands, and you work in the service department, not the sales department, because the sales, they'll get you with the sales. Mm-hmm. You can put anybody in a car and put the word luxury in front of it. You're selling that thing. Put the word luxury car, you're selling it, right? But you actually work in the service side, and you've been working in the service side of it for about 9 years now, right? So now, let's talk to the people about what have you witnessed these 9 years working in the service department in a high luxury brand car company, right?
I mean, there's so many words that I could use to describe it, from whatever atrocity, whatever you can think of. I'm talking about people literally putting their life savings on the line to get some of these cars. So people are literally a car note away from, just car note away from their car being repoed. No, they're not supposed to be in the car. But, being in the service department, so I'm basically the guy, when you come into the service department, you coming in to have your car serviced. So you technically going to tell me what's wrong with it. You're basically going to tell me what's going on. And I do all the paperwork and document all the paperwork and everything you're telling me. I create what's called a repair order. I get that repair order over to the technicians. The technicians actually check your car and then report back to me and tell me what's going on.
Right.
So, some cars come with warranty, and some, most cars come with warranty, but eventually a warranty ends. It's just like if you buy a phone, a fridge, a microwave, you have a warranty. So eventually that warranty will expire. So that's the key to these luxury cars. People don't understand. It's like, you're going to own them or you're going to lease them, but what are you going to do when it's time to maintain them? Because anybody can get a car, but not anybody can maintain them and afford to maintain them. So, people coming in there telling me XYZ is wrong with their car. And it's so funny how the spirit worked, because like I was telling you before we got on, I had an example today of a crazy situation where a guy came in, he's telling me all these things that's wrong.
Before you get there, because that's almost like the meat of what I want you to talk about. But I want to talk about the impact too of you working there. Matter of fact, go on with the story, because after you tell your story and whatever and the other stories you have, I want to know what impact did it have on you being a young man, you understand, and us being young, just like the scripture says, the lust of the eyes, the lust of the flesh, these things, the pride of life, these things can influence a young man or young woman on how they operate in the flesh. Seeing all of these things, and that's what they do with branding, and you know what I'm saying? Like when they say something is a brand name, everybody wants to have it. I remember growing up in school, and some of y'all could attest to this too, right? Growing up,
the J's,
not just the J's. You like you got a polo shirt on. Yo, let me see the tag. They gotta check the tag to see.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's been in our DNA, especially Israel. Because I don't remember seeing the Gentiles doing that. That's like an Israel thing, right? Like, I remember growing up, you had to make sure everything was legit. Your tag got to be right. That's not even real. This is fake. This da. But us, we've been programmed to want to look like we have something. I don't know if you guys agree with that. we've been programmed.
Definitely.
Yeah, we've been programmed to like look the part, but when you actually look to see where we come from, we have nothing to show for it. Where have all of these name brand stuff got to us, or gotten us, I should say. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we pride ourselves for having another man's name on our body. Y'all ever thought about that? We pride ourselves. Go ahead.
No, I totally agree with you. And it's funny because before, I was coming on all day, I've just been thinking about this entire topic that we're going into tonight. And when I first got this truth, and I praise the Most High for this truth, and I praise all the elders, the deacons, the bishops, everyone who put in the work to continue this work and continue this truth. One of the scriptures that stood out to me the most and hit me the hardest when I first got the truth, because I'm working at BMW and I'm seeing these cars every day, and I don't have one. And it's like, okay, wait. I want one so bad.
So you work at BMW, but you don't own a BMW.
I do not own a BMW, and that's the reaction I get every single time. That's like, wait, what? That don't even make sense. So it's like, okay, it don't make sense to you,
right?
Because you don't understand the other side that I understand, which is maintaining it. So, just a real quick scripture, Mark 8:36. It says,
it out.
For what profit is it to a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? That scripture hit me so hard when I first got the truth, because I was there covered in and it was just like straight vanity off of all these cars all day. And then when that scripture hit me, it's like, I'm going to lose my soul trying to chase a car that's not really going to be an asset. So I like to use the word asset or liability a lot, because a car is not an asset. Right. A car is a liability. So, it's very important.
Great choice of words.
Understand that.
Great choice of words.
Yeah.
You say that again?
I said it's very important that our people understand that.
No,
liability
right.
And assets.
Right. Okay. So a car, you said, I want to highlight that. You said a car is not an asset; it is a liability. So we're gonna touch more about that.
Total liability.
Yeah, we could definitely gonna.
It's
touch
a liability.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, to cut you off. It's a liability because an asset is something that has value. And something that has value increases in value. A liability is something that decreases in value. And a car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, everyone knows it's going to depreciate from the mileage.
You know what's
from
crazy?
The age.
When I was younger and into cars and just making sure I gotta have the nicest whip. I gotta make sure I'm fly. I gotta make sure. I didn't understand. I never understood when they said that, yo, as soon as you drive it off the lot, it's gonna lose value. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? It's a car. Like, what? Not understanding that piece of material or that machine that I'm driving is a liability. I'm paying for something that's not bringing me a return. Right?
No return.
And a lot of people we don't think like businessmen. You understand what I'm saying?
100%.
Unless it makes sense, unless it makes sense business wise, then we should go into that opportunity. But if it doesn't make sense business wise, why am I doing it? But
why are you doing it?
Right? Because we weren't taught like that. But now is the time for us to start understanding these terminologies. But go ahead, continue, Hawk.
So just harping on the part about a liability. It's like sometimes I witness people, like for instance, I can just remember off the top of my head, this one dude, he has a 7 Series. So if you know about BMW, 7 Series is like you got a nice top end car. Mm-hmm. So he has a 7 Series, and this guy pumped like $20,000 worth of music and system in his car. And I'm why would I ever do that?
Wait, so he has a 7 Series BMW. And you said he added an extra $20,000 into the car
worth of music. Yeah. So you go to that, like those side guys, they put music system, they put speakers and amps and all of that.
Yeah.
So you can have loud music. So he technically tells me that his car is like a showpiece. He takes it to auto shows and all this, whatever.
Okay.
But when something goes wrong with the car, he comes into the service department and need it fixed. So now for example, let's say he need like a water pump, just something in the engine, like, for you don't get too technical.
Right.
And I tell him, yo, on a 7 Series, that's going to cost you $3,000, $3,500 easily.
Woo.
He's like, nah, I don't got that. So
What you mean you don't got that?
Pumping that much money in the car? Yeah, what you mean you don't got that? It's like, it don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's a liability. Now, for instance, another reason why it's a liability, because now all that money he pumped into it, let's say, God forbid, he's driving down the street one day and some way, somehow, the car get totaled out.
Right.
All that money now goes to the junkyard, goes to the trash.
Right. Because you can't claim all that.
That's a total complete.
Because he can't claim all of the add-ons to the insurance. They're only going to pay for the value of the car.
Exactly. That's a liability.
That's what you call hustling backwards.
Hustling backwards. And I'm glad you came with the topic, man. We spoke about it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And because like I want to use you to highlight the hustling backwards, and I'm going to use Tazawar to show the hustling forwards. This is why I have both of y'all on, to show to show the contrast between the two, right? Which lifestyle is much more favorable compared to the other one. So all right, so talk about the experience that you had today. Exactly the experience that you had today.
So today, and I was like, I gotta bring the paperwork home just so I could.
You bought the paperwork?
Memory. Yeah.
Oh
crazy.
man, I already know the numbers is gonna sound super crazy, but
it's the spirit, because today was like, okay, I know I'm gonna do the show tonight, and then this crazy situation comes out of nowhere. So it's like, all right, I gotta talk about this. Mm-hmm. So it's like today, this gentleman brings in a car. It's a 2015 BMW 5 Series.
So 2015.
Right?
So it's already 8 years old.
8 years old. And it has 115,000 miles on the car.
Good Lord.
So he tells me so many things is wrong with the car, and I'm like, all right, I already know where this is going because I've been doing it so long. But I'm just gonna be professional. It's days that I gotta listen to people talk about their car problems, and it's like, come on, we know Babylon is ending. I don't gotta be listening to this right now.
Right.
But anyways. So he comes in, tell me a list of things. The technician checks out the car, and I lie to you not. The numbers might be a little inflated because somewhere somehow people got to make money regardless.
Wait, whoa! Don't speed past that, brother.
No, I'm not saying me, but
okay.
Based on certain dealerships, they'll make their money.
Right, because he's coming to the dealer itself, so you're gonna pay the highest price, anyways.
You're gonna pay. You're not going to a Joe Schmo.
Right.
So the amount of stuff that he needs, believe it or not, and I lie to you not, even if the numbers is not inflated or not, it's still crazy. The bottom line number that I saw on the estimate was $32,000.
Wait, whoa. Wait. So you mean to tell me the amount of work that so-called luxury brand car needs is $32,000?
$32,000.
So isn't it more than what the car is actually worth?
Exactly. It's worth more than what the car is worth.
And you see, and this is why I don't understand why people can't see the game. Like they pump you so high with the advertisement of, or the look of just having that piece of machine that it just drowns out every other thing that comes with the car.
And they target targeting people who are in poverty already.
Right.
He was an Israelite.
Yeah,
my brother was an Israelite.
He was an Israelite. Look, you can't make this stuff up. So it's funny, but it's also sad because it's like, brother, you're not about to put $32,000 worth of work into a machine, but somehow, some way, I bet you somehow, some way, he asked you what could he actually put into the car so that it's still drivable.
That's crazy. It's like you was there today.
Because I already know that he likes people like the image. It's okay. But you don't have the finances for the image. Is a difference. But go ahead.
So he came in with like most customers, they try to like buy extended warranties to get things covered, whatever the case is. And my job is to contact them, try to get whatever they could cover. So after speaking to them, they literally told me they only going to give him $2,500 towards his repair.
he was only going to get $2,500 for a car that needs $32,000 worth of work.
Worth the work.
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Bamboozled, ran him up, led astray.
That brother been bamboozled. Okay, yo, that's a bamboozled right there. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's sad, man. I see some crazy things.
You didn't tell him drive the car off the cliff.
It was his first time there, so I got to treat everybody with respect. I don't know who he is, what he's coming in for.
Okay,
so
you're right.
Treat everybody with respect. I said, hey, this is what the car needs. Your extended warranty is only giving you $2,500.
That's such a rip-off, man.
Some of them, yeah, you got to be careful with some of them. But
right.
Even if he said, like, all right, I want to do XYZ. You still got to come up with a lot more money. You don't got to do everything at one time.
Everybody has
to do everything at one time.
People don't just have $32,000 sitting around somewhere, bro. That's not what?
No. And so, all right. So, for just so we could just show, like, some people do have, like, all right. So another gentleman that I've known him for a long time. He comes in. He has an X6. Actually, his X6 is 2013. This guy's 2015. His car needed yesterday. I told him it needed $3,000 worth of work.
$3,000. That's still a lot. But go ahead.
It's exactly. So these are the type of numbers I deal with on a daily basis.
I tell people
$3,000, $4,000, and I called him today because there was something else wrong with the car, and I told him, I'm like, hey, listen, man. You can do this now or do this later. He's like, what does it need? And I told him what it needed. He's like, just do it, Karim. I'm like, well, it's going to cost you another $2,000. He was like, yeah, don't worry. Just get it done. And he was an Israelite. So it's like,
okay,
that brother. And the reason why I brought that up is because that brother, I know what he did. He used to be like a head of the parks department for New York City, retired. You know what I'm saying? He got his money, doing his thing.
So financially, he's in a good situation.
He's in a good situation. I know he own a home because me and him are cool like that. So I know he own a home, so he can, all right, just go ahead and do it. That's $5,000, boom, no problem. But then you got other people in other situations like this, the previous gentleman I was talking about, even if he needed $10,000 worth of work, he's telling me, look, I ain't got it. I can't do it. So he's driving a car that's pretty much like not worth anything.
It's not worth anything.
And I don't even know if he has a car note, because there's people that's paying car note on cars that's not even worth anything.
Whew. And that's the next scary thing too. Having a bill that high, then having to pay the car note and the insurance. And another thing too, a lot of people go into these dealerships and they telling the numbers, your monthly payment is going to be only this a month. I was like, okay, I could do that. Your monthly payment going to be $545 a month. Yeah, I could pay that a month, but you didn't factor in gas. you didn't factor in insurance. You didn't factor in if something goes wrong with the car. So can you really afford that?
Don't get me started with the tires. One tire average
for BMW.
Right. I tell you personally, one tire, just a tire, is like average $250, $300
for one tire.
One single tire.
And you see,
one tire.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. A lot of our people is not really in the financial situation to be able to have and maintain a car like that. Luxury cars.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Let alone 100%. A regular car. Some people can.
100%.
Let me not even talk about the people. Some of our people who can't really afford a regular car, but still put themselves in a bad situation. Right, but I see it all the time. I want to come back to you because I want you to tell the story that you told me about the brother with the 4 Series.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
How the conversation started, right?
Right. Exactly. How this whole conversation started. But so I want to move on to Tazawar. So now Tazawar, I want to show the people the you know, the levity, right? The light side. Like how, like if someone was to go and make a purchase like this, how it should be done. So now, Tazawar, let's talk about your business, right? Hold on, let me see if I can put it on the screen. I know you said you and your wife, y'all came up with the business. Let me put it up on the screen. Talk about it real quick. The Be Polish. I mean, So Polish. Here's the website for y'all, brothers and sisters.
It's So Polish Hair Salon, of course. And I'm always just trying to figure out, you know, ways to advance, you know. So anytime I'll get the information, I try to execute it. So with that being said, with the business, I was made aware that you can get things in your business name. So it's not really like affecting your personal credit and things of that nature.
Right.
So I went about doing it that way.
So let's talk about that. So you have a legitimate business, right? So it's an LLC.
Right.
So let's talk about that, because some of our people that's watching right now don't even know what an LLC is. We're talking about LL Cool J?
All right. The LLC through the Ohio. So you have to go through, you know, whatever state. It may be different in each state, but we went through the one in Ohio, and actually it comes with more to it than just the LLC.
Right.
You have to go out and get, you know, your EIN number. So that's like a separate entity. It's almost like a social security number, but for your business.
Right. So for everybody's out there, the word LLC is not LL Cool J. I was just making a joke, but it stands for Limited Liability Company. And listen, brothers and sisters, listen to the words. Limited Liability Company. Right? So that means the business is the limited liability. You own the business, right? But the company holds the liability. Right? Keep that in mind. Remember, like Karim just said, right? A car is not an asset, it's a liability. But guess what? When you buy that car and you drive that car off the lot, you take on the responsibility for that liability. A lot of us don't even factor that in. When you go and you sign a contract and you're signing the contract saying, yes, I, such and such, will be responsible for this car. I will pay the monthly payment. I am taking responsibility for the car. So now you are the liability for that car. But now, if you have a company, whatever you do in that company, that's not me. That's the company. I just manage it. But the company is the liability. LLC, brothers and sisters. So now let's talk more about that, Tazawar. So you got your LLC, you and your wife, y'all got the LLC for the beauty parlor, right? The hair salon, and you actually manage it, right? Let's talk about that. So let's talk about that.
So as far as on that end, after we got the LLC, you gotta go through the IRS and things of that nature, and they ask you certain, you know, how you wanna, pretty much how you wanna set your company up. So we kind of did it as a C corp, so that way it's more like just how you structure your business.
Okay.
So it's like I'll be managing and then she would be running it, things of that nature.
Okay.
But all of this, you know, it's just wording to get different tax advantages.
Tax advantages. So let me ask you, so you have the LLC and the S corp together.
Well, it's like LLC is the actual, you know, the business, but the IRS, that's when they want to know, like, okay, so how you want to, when it comes to actually filing the IRS. So that's like it's the same thing, but it's just separate when it comes to taxation.
Oh, okay. I
Um,
understand. Makes sense. I understand. So now you mentioned EIN, right?
mm,
Let's explain that to the brothers and sisters who
well,
probably never heard EIN before.
the EIN number is just and like I said, it's like a social security number, but with your business
For the
and
business, right?
different, yeah, like tax write-offs or tax exempt type of
Mm,
things that you don't have to pay for certain things like upfront and also like you can get other like credit cards and things of that nature with that LLC and that EIN number
so, but that would be technically under the business, though.
under the business. Yeah. So
Okay.
you don't have to, it don't affect your personal business. But
Mm,
how I was able to do it is where if you did like be a co-signer on it, it will help your personal business. I mean, your personal credit
right.
and your business
So,
credit. Help
yeah,
side
they,
business credit.
I remember when I was doing research on that. That's called you like basically you are the personal guarantor for that business. So the personal guarantor is what actually they use that as like, okay, this is what gives this business credit because your personal credit is here, but you have a business, but we're gonna use your personal credit to help back it, but then after a while, it just runs on its own.
Right.
Right? So now, so let's talk about some more things that you could do with the EIN, right? With the business, because like you said some key things. You said tax write-off, and that's something that brothers and sisters that we have to learn, tax write-offs, because even Christ couldn't get away from not paying paying taxes. You know what I'm saying? I used to think like, yo, I ain't paying no dang taxes. Then next they hit me with a bill, boom, boom, you owe. I still owe. Trying to play the game. Okay? But I had to look at Big Brother. They came to Christ and it was like, yo, they pressing us for the tax money. He's like, yo, go to the lake, go to the sea, and you're gonna find a coin in the fish's mouth. Take the coin and pay the tax. Because what did Christ say? And this is what we have to understand too, brothers and sisters. Yes, just a sidebar, right? Every 2 weeks we get a paycheck, right? Some of us get paychecks. Some of us work for ourselves, like Tazawar here, Officer Tazawar. And some of us just make money however they make it, whether in the stock market, whatever it is. But we get this money that goes into our bank accounts, but when we look at it, it's just zeros and ones, numbers. But when you pull out the money out of the ATM, the money is paper, but it has a face on it. That person's face don't look like me. That person's face on the money don't look like you. Christ said it plainly. He said, give unto Caesar what is to Caesar's, and what is for the Lord, give it to the Lord. So we can't get too attached to money. If they want you to pay the tax, pay the dang tax. It's not your money anyways. It's their money. So they can tax the money. And that's what I'm saying. People be getting so upset. Like, man, I work hard for this money and they tax me. It's their money. This is the mentality that you got to have, brothers and sisters. It's their money. So we can't get upset when we got to pay their tax on their money. It's theirs. Christ said it plainly, because even Christ couldn't beat the system. But go ahead, Ak.
Okay. What was the question?
I was asking you. We was talking about tax write-offs using the business. So now let's explain that process to brothers and sisters who may not understand too much about financial literacy. And no, this is not financial advice. We're not financial advisors. We just saying,
Disclaimer.
we gotta put that out there, because next thing you know,
I'm still learning too.
you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, I get a call from Elder like, yeah, hey brother, I hear you telling brothers to buy potato chips and sell them on the street. Brother, what? But go ahead.
Okay, there is you are able to like write off gas mileage, things of that nature.
Okay. So basically, it for the brothers and sisters who's listening, a tax write-off, it just basically lessens how much tax you pay, right? At the end of the year. So if you made a lot of money this year. If you have a business, it allows you to write off some of the expense or some of the income that you made, right? So yeah, so go ahead. You could continue speaking.
So yeah, that's one of the things. As far as with the business as well, you can write off cell phone, things of that nature. Well, it's multiple things, you know. A lot of places and a lot of platforms is giving people a game on how you can go out to eat, and all you got to do is discuss, you know, business.
Right. Yeah.
There.
No, that's a fact. Yeah. That's
different plays to, you know, writing more off.
That's what they and you see what it is. That's what these corporations been doing for years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we learning.
and yeah, and now we're finally learning it. But and now I hope to some brothers and sisters who's watching right now, why it was such a big thing for them to want to see Donald Trump's tax returns. Y'all remember that? When he was in office, they always wanted to see his tax returns. Let me tell y'all something about Donald Trump. That man is a businessman, okay? Like I don't care about politics. I'm not for the left or for the right. I'm not for red or blue. I'm not for Democrats or Republican, but Donald Trump, that man knows how to conduct business. I was reading his book. It's called The Art of the Deal. Great book. Right. In the beginning is a little slow. He talks about a lot of how he got started, but then he speaks about how he does the deals that he does, and this is why his other brothers they upset. They're mad at him, right? And there's certain tax loopholes that he knows about, but he only knows about it because he studied, right? And we could know about them too if we was hip to the game, right? So now, as far as with the business, right? There's certain things that you can okay. So being the fact that you have an LLC, right? There are certain things that you can buy under the business name.
Yeah, and a lot of places while building that business credit, there's other places that allows you to get it without even having that much credit. So if you want to go to like Sam's Club or something like that, they offer these cards that you can get in a business name, and you can just be, you know, getting items that you need for the shop and things of that nature, and just funnel it through the actual LLC in the business.
So they'll give you like a business line of credit, basically, something like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So now, can you do things like purchase vehicles or whatever the case is under a business name?
Yeah.
We getting somewhere. Y'all. So now we get in the game. Yeah, listen. This is free of charge. We're not charging nobody. This is for us to advance, right? So
we're not financial advisors.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah, once again, this is not no way, shape, or form, right? But so there are ways that you can purchase something under a limited liability company and have the company be liable for what you're purchasing. Okay, yeah. That sounds. You go ahead.
All you need is, like I said, the LLC. Of course, you need actual address and things of that nature. So they want to make sure you are legitimate. You know, right. You can't just go get an LLC and don't have no type of, you know, credibility or anything. So they want to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row. Make sure you have your also your EIN number as well.
Right.
So they want to just make sure that everything is, you know, what you say it is, and that everything is good through the state. And
right, that you see, and that's powerful stuff. So funneling everything through the business, and I believe that is the way to go. Honestly, because this is like I said, this is their system, right? A corporate entity is according to their law, is a fictional entity or a person. So, you know, that's a whole nother case law study, whatever the case is. when it comes to terminologies, certain things that we got to understand. And once you and the thing, this is why I'm so big on definitions, understanding what words mean, because if you understand what a word mean, you could do better, and you could you know how to act, or you know how to operate, because you have the understanding of what the word is. Had I not known what go ahead.
Asset and liability.
Exactly, asset and liability. Had I not known what those words were, or had I not known what the word LLC was, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't care about forming an LLC. But now that I know the term or the definition of it, I'm like, okay, it makes more sense to have an LLC when it comes to how I operate, because at the end of the day, all of our minds got to be turned into until businessman mind, businessmen, businesswomen. Because why? We're learning how to structure a government, right? We learn, of course, what's gonna be the supreme rule, a supreme law of our government is the law, statute, of commandments of the Most High. But there's still ways how we have to understand how to operate when it comes to finances, how to delegate, how to set up and break down. We still have to know these things, and who else to learn it from instead of from the nations. What Christ said, we got to learn ye from the unrighteous mammon, right? But we're going to come back to understanding more about the LLC. And I want to definitely, bring it back to you, Karim, speaking more about it, because I feel like we're getting somewhere, right? Karim, you showed us the pitfalls of some of these luxury brands. And Tazawar, you're showing us, how to not scale back, or how to edge off your costs and expense. So we're getting somewhere here now, right? And I hope brothers and sisters is actually taking note and actually learning. A little later, we're gonna open up the phone for some the lines for some questions, if anybody has any questions. But we're gonna take a quick break, real quick. Like how we do it all, every week. I'm gonna play a song. I'm actually gonna play a video. I kind of shellacked and didn't play this video earlier, but I want to play a video, right? So we're gonna come right back to this, my brothers and sisters. Hang tight, Officer Tazawar and Karim. So we're gonna take a quick break, real quick. 1 second. Fix this. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and I want to play this video. This video has been a long time coming. I should have played this video a long time ago. But without any further ado, we're going to play this video. This is Be Ye Perfect by Marquand, King Quam, and Hebrew Fresh. I just want to make it in the kingdom.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
I just want to be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. Hear him say, son, be perfect. I just want to make it in the kingdom. I just want to be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. Judah. Hear him say, son, be perfect. Go ahead and tell me if I'm lying. The Lord said, be ye perfect like I am. I be calling on the higher, that's I am. He pulled me out the streets when all my friends was dying. Yeah, I know that's timing. I had the faith, I just needed the commandments. The pastor never taught us to combine them. Faith without works is more deader than cadavers. We don't spare nobody when we coming out the Bible. Lift my voice up like a trumpet, come and meet us at the water. Got 100 baptizers. I ain't trying to waver no more. Make my heart hurt like David, oh Lord. On the day of judgment, I just hope I'm in your favor. And you don't say you never knew me. Go forth, I'm steady praying live. I just want to make it in the kingdom. I just want to be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. say something. Be perfect. I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. On the judgment, on the judgment. Say something. Be perfect.
Be ye perfect like but Exodus 3:14 now higher. What it say love gotta be wholehearted. What it say love gotta be wholehearted. What it mean really gotta be going hard. Lows on your heart, man, this beat go hard. Yeah, one body gotta do my part. Surface level waters can't be no sharks. Sheep hear the voice of the king, no barks. Wolves in the cup, Pharisees they hard. Speaking in the heart, charity been gone. Speaking in the heart, charity been gone. Lord forgive them for they know not what they do. Pray they repent, worship in spirit and in truth. Matt, Luke, Mark, John, Con had it hard, martyr for divine life after death. B.I. faith only way to please God. Fast praying on the free bonds. Accept them as your Lord. I said con. Street fighting all these demons. Alpha how they all fell down like crown of gold, that golden soul. When you're trying to be perfect, gotta worship, 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 worship.
I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. Hear him say something. Be perfect. I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. Hear him say something. Be perfect.
Look, what it is, dude. This my heritage, not religion, but it is true. Treat them like my dogs, give them clues like they is blue. Gave them 19 off the bench, who that is, Luke? Look, I ain't no kid, dude. Something different, people switching, don't know who to trust. You the plug, take me to the Father, tell him you in love. You and us like the Jeffersons, kind we moving up. We gotta make it so we stuck, we can't do the flood. From the sticks, word is blue, on the fresh, you are it. Get the scripts, on the blood, you a crip. Shout the nip, life's a risk, they say that, we say this kid is sick. Make a wish, baby, I'm just trying to live, baby. So it's only fish, baby, crab or no shrimp, baby. Used to eat that lobster till I found out that's a sin, baby. So don't fall for the net, that's a trick, baby. They catch the world wide web on a click, baby. That was bait, so it's cool, I just ate. Had a scroll the other day, tried to serve me, but you late. Keep me lowly so you'll hide everything but your face. And say well done, the only thing getting high is the stakes. Perfect all my imperfections, mature me from all my lessons. Was hard and I regret it. Forgave me, no, I'm indebted. I'm favored and I'm protected. Was humble, now I'm accepted. I'm working and now I'm restless. On demons right now I'm checking. Was cursed, but now I'm a blessing. I'm getting love from the legends. I'm royal, but was a peasant. I'll get the kingdom of heaven.
I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. Hear him say something. Be perfect. I just wanna make it in the kingdom. I just wanna be perfect. Stand before you, shout it on my judgment. Hear him say something. Be perfect.
Most I willing.
Yes, yes, yes. That was Be Ye Perfect. Be Ye Perfect by my brothers. Praise the Most High. Hold on real quick.
Hello?
Yeah, that was Be Ye Perfect. Praise the Most High for the song. Praise the Most High for the talent in the body. Most High is doing amazing work with our brothers and sisters in the body, man. Once again, shalom, everybody. I hope you guys are having a great time, right? Once again, if you now coming in, we're talking about, are we hustling backwards? We having a conversation with some business professionals as part of the body, right? And I'm gonna bring them back on. But once again, you know, I hope you guys have some questions for my brothers, right? If you guys got anything that you want to ask and you want to talk about, we're gonna open up the lines real soon. But I really appreciate you guys for coming in, your participation. I really appreciate it. But we're gonna get back to the show. We definitely gonna get back, and I'm gonna have my brothers back on. Right? Where am I? Okay. Yes. All right. So we back with our conversation. Are we hustling backwards? Right? Right now, if you missed the first part of the show, my brothers was just giving some game on how we are to operate, or how we should be operating, and how we should be thinking as businessmen and businesswomen, right? Because, like I said, The other nations have a 300 to 400 year head start on us. So we got a lot of catching up to do. And I believe that we are the generation that's going to catch up. Like the scriptures tells us, right? In what is it? In the second Esdras, it says for Jacob. So Jacob is the end of Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the one that followeth after it. So we on your heel. We on your heel. I gotta play that song by Elder Rawchaa. I'm on your heel. I'm pulling through. I gotta find that song. I gotta play that thing. We on your hill, Esau. We on your hill. We getting there. Slowly but surely, man. Praise the Most High. So we back, right? We're gonna continue our conversation, and we last left off Karim. So now we just heard everything that our brother just said about LLCs, tax write-offs, and all of that. So now let's talk more about the dangers or the pitfalls of these high-end cars and how people are hustling backwards, putting themselves in backward deals, right?
Yeah, so that's a great transition because how this whole topic started between me and you. I was telling you the story about what I experienced at work with this one gentleman. I go into work, especially being in the truth now. Even before, I was always a person that I try to look out for people. I'm not one of those guys at a dealer. You come in and you think I'm gonna try to rip you off on purpose, or I'm not gonna try to do anything that's like that's not right. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying to help you.
Right.
So this gentleman comes in back in December. So keep that in mind. Back in December. So his car comes in. He got a bunch of things he needs done, and it's a 2016 4 Series. So it's not like one of the highest cars, but it's up there. It's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But he needed a bunch of stuff.
What's the MSRP for that particular car?
MSRP on that car has got to be over 50, 55.
That's still a lot of money. 50,000.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah,
100%. And he probably got it used. So he probably got it for after the 3 years, after the lease was up, somebody turned it in, he got it used.
Okay.
So that's what most people do. They get them used. But when you go get them used, that's where the problem comes because the warranty's not really left.
Yeah.
So anyway, long story short, he needed a bunch of stuff, came out to like $17,000 worth of work. And he tells me, he's like, yo, man, I got 2 extended warranties on this one car. Mm-hmm. And I was shocked because the last person that told me that had 2 extended warranties on one car. Neither one of them covered anything. And I told that guy I'll tell his story forever. And I felt sorry for him. But anyways, he has 2 extended warranties on one car. So I called both extended warranty. I told him everything the car needs. So between the 2 of them, just to cut the story short, they both covered almost rounded up to $10,000 worth of stuff.
So the car he had needed about $10,000 worth of work?
No, the car needed $17,000 worth of work.
That's insane.
It's insane.
At that point, I'm not driving that car. I'm buying another car.
But remember, he owes a balance on the car.
Whew.
You can't just jump out of a car.
Because
that's the thing.
He's upside down.
Exactly. That's how we transition it now, trying to learn the difference. So now it's like, all right, let's say he owed $20,000. I don't know how much he owed on the car. But he needs $17,000 of work, but he still got to make his car note payment every month. So he got to fix the car because he got to keep driving the car.
Right.
So anyway, long story short, like I said, I got 2 extended warranties to pay $10,000 worth of stuff. So he got lucky. I was very happy for him. I was like, yo, look, you got $10,000 from this extended warranty. There's a balance of $7,000.
Okay.
So now what do you want to do? He said, you know what? Let me call my car insurance. So he called his car insurance. The car insurance come down. They look at it. All right. They say, yeah, we can help out with some of this, and this. So they covered an additional $3,000 worth of work.
Okay. So you as a service advisor, you was able to get two of his extended warranties to pay warranty. Out. And his
they paid out.
No, go ahead.
They paid out the 2 extended warranties, paid out $10,000, and then the other insurance, his car insurance, paid out $3,000.
Okay, so
that's $13,000 I got covered for him towards his repairs.
Wow, but he still had $4,000 of repairs left.
is a $4,000 balance.
All right, go ahead.
Remember, this is the part you started cracking up. So anyway, I try to work with him where it's like, all right, let me go to my manager. Let me see if I can get him a discount with the rest of the balance. Because it's like, we're here to work with people. We're not here to take advantage of people. So being in my position, I have some kind of power. I can go to my manager, get discount, help him out. So I go to him. He brings his balance down from $4,000 to $1,600 with discounts and everything.
Okay.
So here goes the kicker, which, remember the conversation. The insurance company sends him the check for him to then, obviously, when the car is ready, come and pick up your car.
Right.
The guy takes the check. So it's December, January, around February. The car been there for 2 months. In February, I call him,
wait, hold on. So the car has been sitting in the garage in the dealership for 2 months because he couldn't pay it, right?
Well, it was because of the whole process of getting the warranty, getting everything paid, doing the actual work on the car. So now the car finally got done in February because it takes a while, the amount of work that he needed. Once I got it approved, I had to get parts, whatever. So I finally got it approved. He was
already operating without a car for 2 months.
2 months, exactly. He was getting around, however he's getting around. I don't know what he was doing. Actually, once the insurance approved the work, he got a rental car for 30 days.
Oh, okay.
So he's getting around. So he's doing what he's got to do, whatever. He stays on to work so he could pay his balance, whatever. So the insurance sends him the check. When they send him the check, and I finally call him, tell him, yo, the car is ready. My man tells me that he spent the $3,000 insurance check. So I'm like, what do you mean you spent the check? So I guess apparently they had sent them the check ahead of time, and he needed to spend money to do some stuff for his kids or whatever. I don't know what it was. He was like, but I'm going to put it back. Don't worry. I'm going to bring $4,400 because that was the remaining balance. So I'm like, all right, look, man, you're going to get, you're going to get in some serious trouble here because you should never have spent the insurance check.
Right.
So anyway, long story short, I gave him weeks after weeks after weeks. So now we get into March and April. He keeps telling me, I'll be there next week, be there next week.
Right.
He basically don't have no money to come pick up the car. So he was supposed to technically bring the $3,000 insurance check and then pay $1,400 out of his pocket. He's out the door. Instead, now he owes $4,400 because he spent the insurance check.
Oh my goodness, bro.
It's insane. I deal with these things so often. It's mind blowing, bro. So now he comes in angry and mad because he wants his car because we told him now, and this is just a heads up for people out there who don't understand or don't know this.
Right.
Whenever you bring your car to a car shop, doesn't matter if it's a dealer or a local guy, just understand that that shop will never lose as long as they have your car. And what do I mean by that? If you don't pay your bill to pick up your car, they will put a lien on your car. And once they put a lien on your car, your credit is finished.
So explain to the people what that means. They put a lien on your car.
So your car, if you bring your car to a dealership and you have a bill, your bill is $5,000, and you can't pay your bill, technically the shop can now put a lien on your car. Once they put a lien on your car, then you now have to either come pay the bill and pick up your car, or they will contact the bank because the bank is technically who owns the car. On your title, it shows a lien holder. So the bank is who owns the car because you finance through the bank. So now the bank has a choice to either come and pay the bill and take the car, and then they now auction it off and you still default on that loan. Or they will then tell the shop, hey, just take the car. We don't think it's worth it. Now the shop owns the car.
Wow.
So you are literally responsible for that bill.
So
and you're still responsible for your car note.
You should phrase it like this. You are still responsible for that liability.
You couldn't have said it any better. You still responsible for that liability.
Right.
So now once we told him, look, man, your car's been sitting here for 2-3 months unpaid. We need you to come get this car, or we're going to put a lien on the car. So he pretty much got upset, whatever the case was, and he ended up coming up to the dealership and totally just embarrassed himself. And it was so, I felt so bad inside to know that, I don't know if he was, I don't want to say tribe, it doesn't matter. He was just a minority.
Right.
And I felt bad because I was so embarrassed for him. If I had the money, I would lend him the money to just take his car and go.
That's how bad you felt for him.
That's how bad I felt for him. Because, dude, now you coming up to us saying, yo, I don't have no money to pay to get my car out. When one, you should have never spent the insurance check. And two, how you don't have that money and you're driving this type of car.
And that's a thing. I would say it's fair enough to say that that brother was actually living above his means.
He was living above his means.
He's living above his
100%.
means. 100%. But the thing is,
100%.
But the thing is, I want people to see the type of spirit that comes on people just to have these vain things. You know what I'm saying?
Vanity. Straight vanity.
Like there is nothing wrong with having a little bit of vanity. But when that vanity now overtakes your life, and now that's the vein of your existence, you're in error now. Now you're operating in sin now, because now that
100%.
that vain thing becomes your God. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, go ahead.
So if you don't mind, this was my next thing I was going to bring up, because I don't want people to sit here or anyone feel as if I can't say, yo, don't go get a nice car. Because like we know, like you just said, the scripture says, Ecclesiastes 3:22, it says, wherefore I perceive that there is nothing better than that a man should rejoice in his own works. For that is his portion.
Right.
For whosoever shall bring him to see what he shall be after him. So we are awarded our own portion. If you work hard for it, okay, no problem. Go and get a car. Go and get a house.
Right.
But do it in a step or sense where it makes sense.
There's an order to it. There's an order to it.
It's an order, exactly.
Right. So
exactly.
So that brings me to you, Officer Tatazawar. So like, being that you're a businessman. You know what I'm saying? You are entrepreneur. And I already know that you think differently already, the way you think. So how would you go about that situation?
Which situation? What you mean?
Like what you would have done, like what ducks would you have to put in a row to be able to set yourself up to do what we're talking about, or like to do your work first and then have the fun? Yeah, right? Like how? Yeah.
It would have to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't need to seem like in that situation,
right,
they had that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, like he was saying, assets and liabilities, you gotta make sure you have some assets,
right,
to fund those liabilities.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's another thing that I picked up on along the way is a lot of times what the rich do is they have those assets pay for everything. So before you go out and get the vehicle or the house or whatever it may be, make sure that you got a stream of income to where you're not really being affected. You know what I'm saying? It's not okay, if it is this unexpected thing, well, I got this nest egg over here that'll pay for that emergency funds. It's so many things that, ways that this conversation could go. Right. And I love it because we have to have these conversations so we can learn, we can build. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know what I'm saying? Have a plan. Don't just go into it like, so many of our people do. Oh, this look nice. I'm about to, just go get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure that you have structure. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that you learning. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, I'm still learning. I'm still, a student to it.
Right.
Like all of us. It don't matter what position you hold. We all are still, are learning and trying to get the game.
Definitely.
I would make sure that, I have some funds coming in that's pay for these type of things, or reconsider.
I definitely love.
Don't do it.
No,
Don't get somewhere that's more affordable.
Exactly. Yeah, I definitely love how you phrased it when you said making sure that you have enough assets to cover the liability or the vanity or whatever it is that you want to take part in. And you see, and the thing with our people, more so our people, but people general. I just make this a general thing.
People general.
Yeah, people in
I just
general.
want to make that clear because I don't want anyone to think that I'm bashing on our people, because I also see the other, they do come in there with their issues and struggle to pay for their bills also. So I see it both sides.
Right.
But the topic, like the whole show, is about hustling backwards.
Yes.
So that's the whole point. It's like, get your ducks in order first.
Right. And when you was talking, Tazawar, this scripture came to mind, right? I'm in Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, right? Chapter 42, right? And it says right here, Sirach 42 verse 4, it says, of exactness of balance and weights, or of getting much or little, right? And it also, I'm gonna jump down to verse 7. It says, deliver all things in number. It says, deliver all things in number and weight, and put all in writing that thou givest out or receivest in. What is that, brothers and sisters? That's a balance sheet, right? The scriptures teaches us to know how to balance our own money. You can't just be spending all willy-nilly and freely and I could pay that. I could pay that. But did you sit down and calculate how much it's gonna cost you at the end of the year? Did you balance out how much you're gonna be spending for the whole year? Or you just seen the piece of shiny thing and you just like, you know what, I gotta have that. The scriptures is telling us that we gotta make sure we write everything down. We everything that we give out, everything that we bring in, that's balance. You gotta balance your checkbook. The Gentiles they didn't just get that out of nowhere. We were doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Everything come from the scriptures.
Everything come from the scriptures. So here it is.
A lot of us don't do that, and that's something we need to get back to. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, writing those things down, having a budget. You know what I'm saying?
Having a budget.
Formulate a budget. Look, I want to do this, but look, my budget's telling me I can't. You know,
right?
And then,
can't. 100%.
With that budget comes what? Discipline.
Listen,
a lot of our people aren't disciplined at all. We just sporadic with.
Right, exactly. And you know what's crazy? The reason why I like I said, I wanted to bring Karim on is because I've seen so many people, even including myself, when I was a little bit younger, like 10 years younger, right? I seen people go through their last dollars just to be able to drive that car out the lot.
See it all the time.
I see, and what's sad is too, I would see it within our people too, right? And the reason why we having this conversation, because I want to prevent people moving forward from doing that. I'm telling y'all, that car that you lusting after, that you seeing, you're always going to be able to get it. Because and how people usually trick themselves, they say, I need the car. I need it to get to work. I need it to get to school. I need it to do groceries and run errands. Yeah, but okay, you could get a car, but you don't need that car. You don't need that one. Because your balance don't show that you can get that one. You could get the one that's the A and B, and you could still get those errands done. But no, you want the glitter, the glam. You want the flash. I gotta step out on them. But that stepping out on them is making you hustle backwards, because now that car that's supposed to be helping you, you're helping it. That car that's supposed to be helping you, now you're giving your energy, your time to help keep it on the road.
Yep, 100%.
I see it all the time, and it's sad.
Yeah, like I said, man, I started working there in 2014, and I was at Honda before that. So I got a 2013 Honda, and my lease was 3 years. So I started working in 2014. And I got there in BMW 2014, and I was fascinated by the cars. I loved everything about the cars. I wanted one so bad, but I was stuck in my lease. So I had to wait till my lease was up in 2017 in 2016, in order for me to now get another car. So Most High put it on my spirit in 2014, 15, and then 16 to literally just sit back, deal with all of these customers with these cars and all their problems that they're having, to then for me to have a tunnel vision, to have a vision to say, yo, you know what? That's not the way I want to go. I don't want to get the car first. I want to get something else first. And then I made my decision.
We're going to definitely talk about that because you see, and like I said, this is the reason why I wanted to have this conversation, because a lot of people don't really take the time to assess what's really the bigger picture. They see what they want, and they're fascinated, and they're stuck on the I need right now. They convince themselves that they need it. You don't need it, you want it. So you convince yourself that you want something, but like you were able to be in a position where something that you wanted, you was able to actually see what it was really what it was really worth firsthand. So let's talk about that.
That's a great point. Just sitting there and seeing the cars all the time. I'm talking about I'm getting in and out every single type of BMW you could think of. I mean, I even got rewarded to go to a trip to just go on the racetrack and race them. M cars. Like if you know about BMW M cars, like
I wanted an M3. You know, I still want an M3 all the time. But
I want an M5.
But you can't. Yeah, listen.
I want it, but
I gotta write everything in exactness. Yeah, I can't do that. I just can't do it. Can't do it.
You know what I'm saying? So I sat there and I analyzed the situation. I said, you know what? I'm gonna put an asset over a liability. So I set out my goals, and I put my ducks in order, and I said, you know what? It took me a while to open up to the brothers in the body or whatever the case is, but I decided that I wanted to seek and get a property. I wanted to do that first.
Okay.
So I looked at it as a car is a liability, but not only is it it's a depreciating liability, and then it's something that's, you could dispose of it.
Right.
A house is something that's there, it's not going to move, and it's only going to go up in value. And the way I thought about it was like, it goes up in value, the more you pay, it goes down. So that's like a
win.
Perfect balance.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just like the scripture you just brought out. So, excuse me, in 2017, I, being a young man like I am, I was turning 30 years old, and I made it my goal. That was my personal goal, that I seeked out for myself to be able to purchase my first home as a move that I wanted to make.
Look at that.
It was a week after my, worldly birthday that I was able to close on a house for my 30th birthday. And wow. I give all praises to the Most High for putting that in me before I came to the truth.
Right.
Because that's how I know the Spirit was working on me, because I had the eyes to see that's not the way to go. You know what I'm saying? But the way the system is and the way this world is set up for you to go that way.
Right.
Thinking back on when we used to watch music videos, these rappers with the chain and, the cars and the money, it's like, that's what I want. I want to do that. But
right.
Did you secure your future? Did you secure the bank first? And that was how I realized that's the way I wanted to go first.
And you see,
before I go to the other.
Well, praise the Most High, because the scriptures really say it, man. Jacob seeketh a sign. So had you not, had the Most High not put you in that position to see the sign, it could have played out completely different, right? It could have played out completely different.
100%.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
And there was days where I just felt like, I'm just going to do it. Just do it. But as the brother said before, discipline. I always harp on discipline and patience.
Right.
If you don't have one without the other, there is no one without the other. In order for you to have discipline, you have to have patience.
Right.
And you can't have patience without being disciplined. It takes time to actually step by step to deal with the two of them. And if you have those two working hand in hand, eventually you'll be successful in whatever you want to do.
And you see, that is the mindset that we need to be in as a people, because we need to stop investing our money into liabilities.
Liabilities, 100%.
You know what I'm saying? Save the liability for when you have all your ducks in a row. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, my purpose right now is really trying to save the next brother or save the next sister from making that same mistake that I made years ago. It set me back a lot. All that money that I put into a car, and guess what? All of those cars that I bought or financed or was leasing, I have nothing to show for it. I don't have those cars. I don't even own those cars anymore. But
crazy, bro.
Had I had put my money into a property, into a house, I'll still be living in that house. But now, praise the Most High.
Exactly.
The Most High is setting up my mind in a certain way to think different. You see, this is why we gotta have these conversations, because like Tazo was saying, we don't have these conversations in our communities because it's all about getting fly, what I can buy, how I dress, what's on my feet. You know what I'm saying? Look at my gold ring, look at my gold chain, look at my fly car. Yeah, what's the point of having that fly car if you don't have a driveway to put the car in? You feel what I'm saying? You're not even protecting your liabilities. We don't even think like that. We don't even think, okay, I'm buying this liability, but how am I going to protect it? Just car insurance? Sometimes car insurance fight you tooth and nail to want to pay out. You know what I'm saying? So praise the Most High that you had that experience and you was able to funnel, or you was able to have discipline enough to, you know what? I'm going to put the vanity behind me because I have a goal. So basically you set a goal.
Correct.
Right. So Tazawar, what was your mindset when you became an entrepreneur? So let's speak about your experience as far as when you was in the workforce, when you was in the work field, and how was it compared to how it is for you now?
Me personally, my father had brought me up on being, he always used to instill in us, you got to work twice as hard. You got to work twice as hard. So I internalized that it was just me naturally just working harder than the next person, but I wasn't intentionally trying to. So it was like, when I was in the workforce, I was able to do things more advanced than other people, but that didn't bring a positive light to me. It was like, oh, he a show off, or oh, he's trying to outwork or slow down. Right, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. So it really didn't help me in the workforce. It was like, they was looking at me like it was a negative thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I was aware of certain things before I even got the truth. So when I was bringing certain things out to the leadership, they would be looking at me like, how do you know this, or why do you know this? So it wasn't like a good experience for me. So I was really like the Most High, like just nudging me, showing me like, look, this ain't for you. You know what I'm saying? So I say almost 10 years ago, I decided, I was like, look, I'm going to try to, my hand at just being an entrepreneur and trying to do it myself. You know what I'm saying? So prior to us actually getting the actual LLC, we was just doing business as, whatever entity, because of course I'm doing brew fit, my music, just any little thing that I can do, I was just latching on to it so that I wouldn't have to go back into that, that field. You know what I'm saying?
So for over 10 years now, you've been working for yourself.
For myself, God.
Listen, man. Look.
Praises. All praises.
Nice. And for the truth, it was like separation, being set apart. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, anything that I can do to stay away from that system, I do it. I actually homeschool my children. So it's a juggling act. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's doable. You know what I'm saying?
It really is
more fulfilling when you're able to have your own. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So let me also ask you. So you being an entrepreneur and working for yourself, I know that had to set your mind up a certain way as far as understanding needs versus wants. Because you working for yourself, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure that income comes in.
Right.
So I already know that played a part on how you spent your money. So let's talk about that too. Like how did it mentally prepare you, or how did it give you discipline? What kind of discipline that you was under?
I always had that kind of structure or way of dealing with finances. So I just by me being the person that I was just paying all of my stuff on time. So that way I established good credit. And as I went along, I just started to learn and pick up on certain things. So now I actually help other people. That's like another one of my little side ventures where I can help people, by me having good credit, I can help others have the good credit. So, you know what I'm saying? It's just pretty much picking up things along the way, and just how things that was instilled in me and things that, the Most High just gifted me with, and just utilizing them to, my advantage. Like,
right. Praise the Most High for that, because, to work for yourself, that requires a lot of discipline, because you could wake up in the morning and be like, you know what, I don't feel like doing anything today.
Right.
But if you have that mindset, it's like, yo, if I don't do nothing today, I don't eat today. You understand what I'm saying?
There's no set pay. Sometimes it's slow. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes business booming, like, okay, yeah, it's going to. Then you got to have those times like, man, and the real sometimes they more worrying about it more. And I'm just like, look, don't worry. You know what I'm saying? The Most High,
exactly.
ain't gonna forsake us, ain't get us this far for us to just be out here, not able to sustain. So it's gonna be good. That's just business. Sometimes it's gonna be good. Sometimes it's gonna be slow. That's no way around that.
And that's another mindset too, because we gotta stick to it. Because a lot of times we come up with an idea, and we'll start it for a little bit, but then we don't follow through with it because it's not going the way we may feel like it should go. But you're living proof that you just gotta stay consistent. You just gotta be consistent.
Consistency. That's the goal. Like, and don't listen to the murmurs, because a lot of people, they haven't went through it or they haven't did it. So they it looked foreign to them. So they may discourage you from doing something because they've never done it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. Which is right on, because I heard somebody say this. I think it was a post on Instagram or something like that, where you can't care about what other people. Matter of fact, it was T-Pain. This is what I'm gonna try to see if I could pull up that video and show everybody. But this is what he said, because we all know that T-Pain, amazing artist, right? He sold thousands of records, millions, probably millions, platinum recording artists, whatever the case is. And he said that before he got put on, right, he was showing a beat or showing his style to, I think, Snoop Dogg, right? And Snoop Dogg looked at him and was like, yo, man, if you keep messing with that auto-tune, or if you keep, not auto-tune, if you keep messing with them 808 drum beats, you ain't gonna sell no records. But that's his bread and butter. If you listen to all his beats, the beats that he sold, that he made for Kanye, those beats is bangers. Those same, and he said he still used the same 808s from that time till now. He still used the same 808 beats. And he said, had I listened to Snoop Dogg, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. This is what he said. He said, if you like it, then that means it's good enough. Don't worry about what somebody, I don't like that. I don't really like nah. If you like it, go with it. Because you can't live your life for everybody. You can't live your life for someone else. Right? So I like how you phrase that. You know what I'm saying? So praise the Most High. So you being a businessman, you're well versed in this area. You got the LLC, you got the EIN, you got all that stuff. what are the benefits of being a business owner, and what are some of the advantages as a business owner that you are experiencing currently? That you have full insurance, like, yo, I'm doing this with my company. Hey, this is what it is.
Flexibility. That's a blessing. I don't have to put in, requests to get off and things of that nature. I don't have to be worrying about, what I'm saying, do I have enough time to do this and do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, and being, being an officer and things and being very involved in the church, that's very beneficial. You know what I'm saying? Like, that I can, I don't really have to have those higher ups to gotta go see if I can do something.
Right. Definitely. You see, and that's
that's definitely the way. Time, you know what I'm saying? So that flexibility, you know what I'm saying, and it's more fulfilling as well too. You know what I'm saying? I never was the kind that I really didn't feel good making somebody else rich. You know what I'm saying? Like, it makes sense for me to be able to have something that I could pass on to my children, and it's fulfilling to be able to show my kids a different way. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And I don't not working at all, because I love laborious work. But it's just fulfilling when you're able to do it for yourself.
Right. And it's not, and the term is like, it's not like you don't like working. I just like working for myself.
Exactly, because it's not working. It's if anything, I feel like I work more than I did when I was in the workforce. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it doesn't stop. Like, it's always something. Like,
you always working. Right. Yeah. And talk about some of the benefits as far as being a business owner. Things that, like, let's say the leisure things that you would want to do. Like, has that been able, like, becoming a business owner, was that something that opened up the doors for other avenues where instead of you having a liability, now you have assets now?
What do you mean exactly?
As far as, all right, you see how the whole conversation we was having, we're talking about, like, would you, like, okay, let's say you or you're speaking to somebody who's going in the route as far as trying to make a purchase with a vehicle. How would you instruct that person not to make that mistake or these mistakes that you're hearing Brother Karim speak about? And how would you help them in that way?
Just by the way that I was doing, the way that I did it, pretty much. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just seen that it was an opportunity that it can help the business. So, you know what I'm saying? Just instill into them and let them know that, you can go about it that way, you know what I'm saying, from a personal aspect. But if you are trying to get into business and things of that nature, then it's a good look for the company, and it will help you as well, you know what I'm saying, establish business credit and things of that nature. So it's just giving you options to, you know what I'm saying, I can make the play with my personal credit, but you also can do this, with your business as well.
So basically you're saying, if you do desire to have, like, let's say, a car, luxury car, whatever it is, it's best to do it for the business rather than do it for a personal. Y'all heard that, brothers and sisters? It's best to put that liability under the limited liability company. That's game right there. Listen, that is a game changer. And I wish I knew that. I learned that years ago, man. I really wish I learned that years ago. But, praise the Most High that I'm learning it now, like, with you guys, right? And we have brothers in the body who's actually doing it and could actually point us in the right direction. Like, nah, you don't want to do that. You want to do it. You want to do this. You don't want to go there. You want to do this, right? So now, any advice? I'm gonna start with you, Karim. Any advice that you would give to anybody out there when it comes to anything, or when it comes to cars, vehicles, setting your future up? Like, what advice you want to leave the people with before we open up the lines?
One of the advice that just popped in my head just now is since we're on the topic of business, a lot of people may not know or may not understand that you can also use a home as a business.
Talk about that.
And what do I mean by that, right?
Uh-huh.
So what do I mean by that? You can go and purchase a home. Everybody know the goal. You go to school, you graduate, you go get a family, you buy a house, boom, 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 right? They taught us that. They taught us to get a house, yes, but they didn't teach us what type of houses. Now, we know there's a single family, 2 family, 3 family, and then from up 4. Anything that's 2 family or above to between 2 and a 4 can qualify as income coming home to you. And as far as like not getting into another tax bracket, once you get over a 4 family, then it's considered a different type of business.
Okay.
But if you're between 2 family and a 3 right there, you're able to now use that home as a business. For instance, whatever your mortgage is, right? So you pay your mortgage every month, but now you have tenants. Tenants have to live somewhere. They need to pay their rent. So now if your mortgage is covered, you now just generated and created another form of income. So like you and I talk all the time, you know I love you, my brother. I don't want the mindset of, okay, I'm just going to get a single family. Think 2 family. Depending on where you live, it might be expensive. We all know, you and I, we live in New York. It's very expensive.
Right.
Think outside the state. Maybe in another state, go get a 2 family. So now you can now create a form of income. So on top of your work income, you now have income coming in from your home.
Right.
Then now you go from there and then do everything else however you want to do it. But at least you generated another form of income coming towards you monthly. And you know that's one of the other thing I could think of, like using a home as a business also. Because when you get to 2 family, 3 family, you can actually write off a lot of stuff. Just like the brother was saying, in a business, you could write off a lot of stuff. So for instance, if you have a 2 family home and you have to take out the garbage weekly, you can claim the garbage bags.
Oh, wow.
You could claim Clorox bleach. You know, you can write off so many different things that eventually now when it comes to your tax and your tax return, you might actually see something coming back compared to if you didn't. So you can actually use a home as a business if you know how to actually set it up correctly.
Right. So, okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you would more so push people in a direction of home ownership, buying property rather than buying a vehicle.
Oh, any day. Any day.
Any day. Okay. All right.
Any day.
All right. Y'all heard the man. So, Tazawar, what's some words of advice that you would give to the people out there?
My first thing would be, if you not, I know majority of the people are who's watching this are tapped into the Most High. You know what I'm saying? So get right with the Most High, because that's going to translate to everything that you do in life. So when you get into order, you know what I'm saying, that discipline and that Holy Spirit is dwelling with you, it translates to your workforce as well, not just in a biblical sense. So you know what I'm saying? Tap into, you know, gather yourselves together. Be able to come together with any and everyone, be teachable. You know what I'm saying? And pick up, you know, things along the way from people who may have done something that you may have not done before. You know what I'm saying? So always, you know, don't be fearful of having that dialogue, you know what I'm saying, with different people in different places, so that, you know what I'm saying, you can formulate your own, you know, ideas or whatever works for you, so that you can, you know, succeed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So always tap into the Most High first and foremost, and then everything else gonna fall into place.
Praise the Most
Seek ye the kingdom. Seek ye the kingdom. Right.
All things be
and everything else shall be added unto you. Man,
100%.
look, man. Listen, man. Y'all couldn't have said it any better than I could have said it, man. But y'all heard the people, man, or the brothers, I should say. Hold on, let me see what I'm gonna do here. Okay,
I just want to say, anybody out there that I'm not trying to offend anybody who has a one family home. It's just, since we're talking about this topic, I going forward, people who do not have a home and seeking to get one, I would suggest go that route.
Hey, but check this out too. There's another play for people who have single family homes too. There's another play.
True.
There's another play.
Yeah, we know. We talked about it.
You could I'm gonna just throw this out there. You could rent it out, take the equity out, and buy another house.
100%. 100%.
There you go. So listen, there's so much more we could talk about, but I'm gonna do this real quick, brothers. Y'all stay on real quick. How I'm gonna do this, because I gotta put this on the screen real. Right. Second. All right. So where's my video? Hello, video. 1 second, brothers and sisters. All right. Oh, I guess I'm still here. So I'm gonna put the number on the screen, brothers and sisters. And we'll take you guys are up to take a couple of calls?
Absolutely.
All right, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a couple of calls. If any brothers or sisters would like to have a conversation or talk, ask any questions real quick. Not financial advice, but, just, formulating some something that you guys want to ask, or something that's been on your mind, or how this show has benefited you. Please call in. All right, the number is 646-439-6959. 646-439-6959. We'll take a couple of calls, and then it'll be Godspeed from there. What y'all say, brothers? Yeah.
Con. This was a great topic, man. And go out for the invite again.
Man, praise the Most High, man. I appreciate you, brothers, taking the time out to actually come on and to share your level of wisdom and what you guys have obtained and what you guys have seen, and and bringing it to light, because that hustling backwards, that thing is crazy, man. We gotta stop hustling backwards, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? So once again, like I said, the number is 646. Okay, we got a caller coming in right now. Shalom, 424 area code. Who am I speaking with?
I'm Charity.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I'm sorry.
Shalom, Charity.
Sister who? Sure.
Charity.
Charity?
Yeah.
Okay, how you doing, sis? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? I'm
all right. Can't complain. Thank you for calling in. So you on the line. Anything you want to say, you want to bring to light, or you want to ask, or how have this show benefited you?
I have two questions. One for Tazawar. Like, when he was talking about his business and stuff, like, he was, you guys were going over limited liability, and he was talking about, like, the tax preparation. I know you can't go too deep into it, but I wanted to know, like, with his S Corp, the difference between the LLC, like, do you still have to file, like, a K-1 form when you file your taxes and stuff for the S Corp? And it's, like, how do you go, like, without getting too personal, like, how do you go about paying yourself, like, as a manager or whatever for your business?
I haven't got to do it under that S Corp yet. So prior to that, we were just doing it, doing business as. So it will be new for me when I'm able to actually do that. So it's still new because it's only been a year since we've been in business. And as far as the way that we have to file and everything, that wouldn't be until next year. So I'm still, learning and trying to get the game on how to do that at the moment.
Okay. Thank you. And then I got one more question for I guess Brother Karim.
Yes.
Okay, you were talking about like the multi-families and like using your house for equity and like, how you could turn it into a business. I wanted to ask you, like, do you know about like the Augusta rule where you can like rent your home out to your business for like 14 days max without having to like reporting it to the IRS? And you could just kind of like keep and pocket the money.
I've never actually heard of that.
What you said that thing is, sister?
It's called the Augusta rule. So it's like you can rent, like if you have a business, you could rent your home out to your business. So say like I rent my home out to my business and I charge myself $1,000 a day. I can do that for 14 days without having to file it on my taxes.
You said it's the Augusta rule.
Yeah.
I have to look that up. You just gave me some.
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, I have never heard of that. Good info though, but I've never heard of it.
Sister, you should have been on the show.
No, I don't know nothing about money. I just ask me questions.
Well, no, but that's something that I got to look into. I never heard of that. That's something new.
Yeah, I definitely need to look into that too.
Okay. I wrote it down too and made sure.
That's it. I just wanted to ask those two questions because I'm trying to get like my finances together and like just really get into the paperwork side down because that's something like I kind of struggle with. Like,
so let me ask you, sister.
Sister,
you have your own property already?
No.
Okay, so any advice that you could give a Karim?
Just start looking into a budget. That would be the first thing that I would say. Set a budget and see how long it would take you to meet that budget, meet that goal. Obviously start looking into the different types of homes, loans and programs there is. See whatever state you are in, what homes they what type of programs they actually offer. One of my brother who really woke me up and brought me into the truth, one of my brothers from the Maryland body, he went through a program in Maryland where, things worked out really good for him. And he pretty much almost came out of almost nothing. So to get the house, to put down and to finally get the house signed or whatever. So there are different home programs. Obviously, everyone knows about the FHA, which is the minimum 3.5 down. That's the government loan. There's conventional loans. So I would say look into those things first. Do your research first as much as possible. But nothing can happen, obviously, without money. Like you said earlier, even Christ had to deal with this system. So, set yourself a budget and then go from there.
Okay, thank you. Because I had came close to getting properties. It just, I didn't want to go into it with the people I was going into. So I just never did it. Like, because like I had like family and stuff, but it just, I didn't want to be like, I seen like it play out badly. So like I kind of wanted to do it on my own, like with no attachments to other people, especially with their lifestyle.
Okay, well,
so, yeah, 100%.
Well, definitely set yourself up to be able to do that, because that's most important. Because whatever money if you spending money on a car, or you trying to get a car, or these little vanities that you trying to get, you got to have some discipline. Put everything that you're gonna have, put it aside, so that way you can have the financial buying power to go ahead and go and get you a property and start your business journey there.
I wanted to add, as far as the finance part, just ask questions on those. When you was trying to figure out certain things, just call up the IRS if you are looking to get your business started, or ask these places like financial institutions. When you start asking questions, they'll tell you, just like, I don't know A, B, and C, and most of the time they'll let you know exactly what you need to know. So just ask questions.
Okay.
All
Because
right.
like I had went to somebody and then like they kind of like you get different prices, so I was trying to ask somebody like already like in the truth or whatever. But thank you so much.
I appreciate you calling in, sis. I'm gonna pick up this next call. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
I seen brother Emmanuel calling in. I see you, brother. Got that thing on speed dial. Speed dial. Go ahead,
Shalom.
Oh, you on, right?
Shalom.
I'm on.
Shalom. My brother Emmanuel, formerly G.O.C.C. NYC, but now G.O.C.C. Florida, huh?
Still G.O.C.C. NYC.
Shalom. What's going on,
we
brother?
miss you.
Shalom. Great podcast tonight. Great podcast.
Praises.
I got a question and a comment. And my question is, would you, well, you can't give financial advice, but if you was to come across some, let's say, a big sum of money right now, would you save it or would you invest it, given the fact that, you know, the money is losing its value daily? So do you think saving money right now is like a smart move, or would you rather spend it for the future?
The brother says, I'm not gonna ask a financial advice question, but that's financial advice. But just in a nutshell, you want to make sure you have, of course, you want to make sure you have something for a rainy day. That's first and foremost. But whatever it is, whatever else you have, make sure you put it into something tangible that you could be able to use for yourself and your kids moving forward.
All right. And my comment would be for touching on what Karim was talking about the car being a liability. And from what I have seen, the thing with our people is we get too comfortable from what I have seen, because I used to do Lyft, and I have witnessed the other nation taking their car, which are a liability, and turning it into assets. By that I mean they were doing Lyft almost like 24 hours, to a point where I met somebody who actually made over $90,000 a year doing Lyft. So that car that is a liability turned into an asset to him. And he was telling me how he did that. He had 3 family members registered under that car, and they each were working like almost 8 hours a day. And they were taking turns. And then within a year, they paid off the car. That was almost like a $50,000 car. And then now they have constant money coming in their pocket. So given the fact the car is a liability, I think it's just we don't think about how to turn liability into assets. Because the car can still be used to make money, but it's just we get too comfortable and we put the money in things that are not like necessary. Like you were saying, brother, putting like $20,000 on stereos and, you know, and big rims, compared to the other nation where they will go and spend that $20,000 on something else. So that's what I had to say on that point.
No, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact. I mean, we see people do it all the time out here in New York, right? The Ubers, Lyft, all these people, they finance these cars, but that's a game changer too. Like 3 brothers could come together, right? It don't got to be family members. It don't have to be family members. 3 brothers could come together and each of them take turns, like doing 8-hour shifts, right? Pay off that car, have enough to buy another one, and then now at the end of 3 years, all three brothers have one car, have a car, and then continue the business. That's a game changer right there. You just set out there. So any brothers out there who's doing Lyft or Uber, y'all should come together. 3 brothers. Cause I know right now off the top of my head, I know 2 brothers already who does Lyft and Uber in New York.
Now, can you start an LLC under Lyft? I don't know if you can do that.
No, but you can't do it under Lyft. You could do it your own. You could have your own side business and create an LLC. And you could put that money in. You could put the money that you're making from Lyft into your LLC. But that's another conversation. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's other ways. There's things called Toro that you can make. Like you can rent your car out. There's other places like you can advertise different businesses by putting different logos and stuff. So it's many different plays.
Yeah.
That, and bring in some revenue as well. So it's not always a liability. You can actually treat it as an asset in certain aspects too.
Right. Yeah, bro. So definitely appreciate your call. There's other people calling in. I'm about to pick up this one right now too, Ox. Shalom, love you, man.
Sir. Shalom.
Hug and kiss the kids for me.
Yes, sir. Great podcast.
All praises.
All praises.
Shalom, Eric, my brother Eric from the G.O.C.C. NYC. What's going on, brother?
I'm blessed by the best, man. How you doing?
What's going on? That's my bandmate, saxophone player. I got to clap it up for my brother. Yeah, brother. So, yeah.
This is a great lesson. Great topic. I missed some in the beginning, but I just wanted to say we need to focus primarily first, before we can make any move, on our credit score. Because at one point in my life, I sold cars as well. And, we were hurting Israel, man. I mean, the dealership is offering 2.9%, but they're coming in with bad credit. They walking out paying 11% on these cars.
That's how the dealership was getting them.
They was making it, man. We were killing them, But sadly, we don't understand money. All we see is the glitz and the glam.
Right.
One thing you said too earlier about single family houses. My uncle joined the military as a young man, 18, 19, what have you. When he went in, he had the mindset, I'm going to buy a house. I'm not going to live in the dorm. I'm going to buy a house. He did that. And when you're in the military, they move you around.
Right.
You hear a year, you hear 2 years. So guess what he did? Like you said, he took the equity from that house, wherever they moved him.
But another one.
He was able to buy another house.
You see that?
That house where he left, he was renting it out. Then he moved again. My uncle has at least 8 or 9 homes.
Wow.
He's retired. He's an older man, but he is a multi-millionaire. And everything he owns is paid for. Now, one thing he told me just recently, he said, Eric, nephew, I have never bought a brand new car.
Wow.
Because it's absolutely worth nothing. I have never, and I got money. I could drive whatever I want, but I will never, ever buy a brand new car. And he's always bought it pre-owned.
And this is coming from a man who has money.
Has money. Don't want for anything. And his whole goal is he'll tell you, Eric, I'm building generational wealth for my children, for my grandchildren. This can be passed on. And I'm not just handing them off a check. I'm not just putting them through school.
Right.
I'm teaching them how to make money work for them. And that's the problem when we came out of slavery. Or when we were in slavery, we had nothing to do except do what the master told us. Go into this hut, make me more babies.
Right.
Right? Go into this hut, make me more babies. Get bulk and strong, till the ground, take care of the fields. But then when the Emancipation Proclamation rolled around, now we got to pay you guys. Well, what do I do with the money, master? You can do whatever you want. You can buy whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want. You can drink whatever you want. So we never understood the value of money. And then they told us now, all these babies you done made, you got to take care of them. But originally, you was taking care of them. The government or the slave masters were taking care of them. So we still have these generational curses on our brains where we are walking now into this new world with no idea how to make finances work for us and for future generations and our offspring.
Right.
So this is a great lesson for us to really communicate. And what I don't see a lot of, even when we talk about relationships, I don't see single brothers. I don't see brothers that are in need of a better job or opportunity. I don't see them coming to those who are successful in marriage, those who are successful in their career fields. And it's like they don't ask questions. What are you doing, brother, to be able to have a home or drive this type of car or this,
there
that,
you go.
other? Where are these conversations taking place?
Right.
And that's one thing my uncle did. Go ahead.
No, but I love the fact that you said what you said, because I'm big on that, especially for the younger brothers who talking about, yeah, I want to court this sister. I want to talk. Brother, where do you live? Like, what do you have? Don't come to me with, I want to court this sister, or I'm looking to do this, but you have nothing set up. You have nothing lined up. And this is the reason, but it's no fault to them, because their minds hasn't been trained to, you know what I'm saying, to think the way we're thinking right now. So praise the Most High for these kind of conversations that could change the direction of these younger brothers who think that you could just go into a relationship and have nothing set up. Like, you don't think you're going to have kids one day? What are those kids are going to eat? What are those kids going to wear? What are you going to give those kids? Say, Most High forbid, you have an untimely death. You see what I'm saying? People
that was my next point, brother.
Right. People don't think far ahead.
Life insurance is very important too. That's also generational wealth that we can build. And most people don't understand that you can also borrow against the face value of the policy if you have a whole life. So we need to have real discussions about finance, those who are aware of how it works. We need to have what we call workshops on these topics throughout the four corners of the Gathering of Christ Church. But I yield. God bless you all. Great knowledge, great information, and let's keep up the good work. Shalom.
Shalom, my brother. And you know, it is like I like the fact that he mentioned that he brought that out, because I also used to suffer from that when I first came into the truth some 10 years ago, right? Thinking that we was going to go into the wilderness tomorrow. 10 years later, no wilderness. I'm still here in Babylon working. So we got to, like my mission is to take that we're going into the wilderness tomorrow out of people's mind. Because none of us know when we're going into the wilderness. None of us know when Christ is going to crack the sky. We know the signs. We see things are getting worse. But because we see things are getting worse, does that mean we stop producing? No. Christ said, ye must tarry till I come. This is what Christ said. So I'm not going to go against what the Messiah said, right? It's good to prepare. And I pray that brothers and sisters are preparing for worst case scenarios. But Christ didn't tell me to sit down and wait to go into the wilderness. He didn't say to do that. He said, is much more woe to whoever when I come, I don't find him so working. So that mean as a people, we shouldn't be stagnant. That means every year you should be progressing. Matter of fact, let me bring Hyman in because he's been calling. Right? Hold on. I got you, Hyman. All right. You're on hold, but you're on the line. But I just want to bring this point out. So that means every year that the Most High allows you to see a new feast day, a new month, a new year, a new week. I mean, you should be thinking of ways to progress, not just for yourself, but for your family, and how to put your brothers on. Because when I look at how the Jewish people operate, bro,
Whoa.
One person would have a business and they all would support that business until that person thrives.
Just posted something like that today.
Oh, you did? I didn't even see that. Yo, I'm about to go check it out on your page.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So this mindset of Babylon is finished. We know Babylon is finished. It's done. We know this, but we're gonna take as much as we can from her before she's completely out of here. Because why? When the children of Israel left Egypt, they didn't leave empty-handed.
Much substance.
With much substance, the scripture says. So listen, we setting up a kingdom, right? And we not in no wise gonna lose sight of what's at hand. We see what the enemy is doing. So what are we supposed to do? We have to prepare and put ourselves in a position where whatever they do cannot affect us because we're well prepared. So, Shalom, Hyman, I see you. What's going on, my Ak? Hyman? Come on, Ak. You're on the line. Come on, Hyman. What's going on, brother? All right, so call back if you, because you was on. I just had you on hold. Okay, I got somebody else.
Alliance.
All right, 330 area code. Who am I speaking with? Hold on real quick. 330. Hold on. 330?
Yeah, can you hear me, brother?
Definitely hear you. Who am I speaking with?
This is your brother and fellow servant, Gino from the Cleveland body. Let me put you on mute. Hold on.
Yeah. Shalom,
can you
brother.
Hear me, bro?
Yeah, loud and clear. Shalom, brother Gino. How you doing?
Shalom, brother. I'm doing great. How you feeling?
I'm blessed by the best, and his name is Ahaya.
Kind. I
Yes,
totally
sir.
agree with you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No, I was just calling in. I heard you brothers talking about LLCs and all those things, and I wanted to talk to the brother Tazadar. Is how you say his name?
Tazawar.
Anybody? Tazawar.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How you doing, brother? Shalom.
I'm blessed, Shalom.
And I was just calling to ask, I'm trying to set up an LLC and get my little business off the ground now. And I was wondering, I was looking into it, and babe, what you say the thing was? What was it called? The agent, yeah, the agent thing. What is the agent about? How do I get around that, and what does that entail? Because I'm in Ohio too, and
I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that.
What was it called again, Dave? It's talking about you need to have a field agent or something of that nature, to where you gotta you can do it yourself or hire.
It's something. It's a way that you can get like your LLC by yourself, but it's also other entities that do it for you. So that yes, and that's what you mean. Like a different places that you can go to where they pretty much set everything up for you, pay a fee or everything. But it is ways in Ohio. You're in the Cleveland body, so in Ohio you can set it up yourself, or you can have one of these agencies do it for you. So
so what would be the best? What would be the best? Oh, sorry.
It's really preference. It's really up to you. because it's gonna be the same end game regardless of which way you do it. You know what I'm saying? So
like
either way, if you want to go the freeway, you can go the freeway, and also you can go through let an agency do it for you as well. They set up all the proper paperwork for you. It's pretty much a convenience fee. You know what I'm saying? They setting it up for you, or you got to do the footwork, and it's free.
Like LegalZoom,
right?
One of those kind of companies.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's pretty much. I probably should just take my own route. You think that would be the best?
It's like I said, it's just your preference. You know what I'm saying? It's no way over the other. If you want to purchase it, I mean, put your money up and let them do it for you. That's an option. Or you can, you know what I'm saying? If you want to go the way and invest and do it your own, then you can do that as well. It's really no way. I wouldn't put one over the other for real. It's basically your preference.
Oh, okay, then, brother, So yeah, I see this is a great little session y'all got going on. I want to just say, all praise to the Most High for you brothers coming and sharing this knowledge with the family, and just keep doing what y'all doing, man. May the Most High protect and bless y'all.
Praise the Most High. Bless you, my brother.
All praises. Praise the Most High.
All praises. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah, man. Praise the Most High. Hi, man. If you see this now, you could call in. Everybody beating you to the punch. But yeah, man. So much great information that we could all share, man, and we need to continue to have these kind of conversations, because there are brothers and sisters who's under us, who's younger than us, who's looking for a way, and they don't know because we're not speaking. Here you go. Officer Hyman. Oh, hold on. Let me put you in it. Shalom.
Oh, shalom. All praises be to the Most High. Man, that's a powerful. Man, bless you. Bless my brothers, my officers, all my leaders. Bless all of you guys, man, for the work you do. All praises be to the Most High. This conversation is well needed. And I just want to say a few words. I'm not going to stay too long. They say knowledge is power, right? But I say wisdom is supreme. Discipline and patience go hand in hand, just like faith and works. Okay, so without all these, there's no legacy. If there's no legacy, there's no inheritance. Without no inheritance, there's no nation. Without a nation, there's no kingdom. So it all comes down to the bottom line. Another thing that you mentioned, when we left Egypt, we left with substance. But when we were attacked in 70 AD, there was already a relationship of transitioning that was already in place between Israel and Egypt. And when we left there, a lot of us already left with substance. And because of that mindset that we're talking about right now, we were able to move forward and leave our spirit.
Powerful point. So since we already had that allegiance, it was nothing for us to run back there.
Yes.
We always, and you see, every time something went down, we always ran to Egypt. Christ, the Most High, told Joseph, take your wife and your son to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So we always went there for refuge. So great point, Ak.
Yes, sir.
All praises. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Bless you.
Bless you. Yeah, man. Such a fruitful conversation, man. Such a well planned out conversation. What y'all say? Y'all want to take one more call, or is Godspeed from here? What my brothers are saying.
It's your call, man. It's your call.
Oh, because it's my show, right?
Exactly.
but all praise be to the Most High, man, for the information that came out, man. But like I said, man, we're gonna continue to have conversation like these, because my brother Eric was saying, listen, man, we have to have these conversations. Financial literacy, man. A lot of us we we fail because we don't have the literacy to go hand in hand with the finances that we're bringing in. So, man, praise the Most High for this. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say that's a great point, man, because, you know, even today I was thinking about it. I'm like, there is no real estate class in school. Like, I can't think of any real estate class. You know, and it baffles my mind that should be something that's taught in school, like 12th grade, before you graduate high school, learn real estate, or in college, that's a course or a minor. It's amazing. It's almost like they're trying to keep that a secret, because the way I see it, that's the real way to get, you know, like equity and value, like, because it holds value. It never goes down, it goes up.
Right.
So, you know, if they teach us more, man, about that, our people will be 10 times better off.
Right. And that's the thing. I don't ever remember taking a class about real estate. And you see all of the important subjects in school, they don't teach us, like credit. Right. Because like these are the things that we deal with for the rest of our life into adulthood.
For the rest of our life.
Yeah, credit, real estate, life insurance, just insurance. Period. Right. These are the essential things that we need to operate in the society. Without the knowledge of those things, you'll remain a slave, basically. Right where they got you. Right where they want you, I should say. But I mean, but let me not downplay it. There is some benefits to school, right? Because I don't want to hear nobody come to me like, Officer Hazak, how come you telling my kids don't go to school? I'm not trying to. I don't want that kind of beef. I don't want none of that smoke, right? And if there's any youngins watching, go to school. And I know some of the younger people in the New York body who love school. And if they're watching, they know who I'm talking about. They love school. And they made something out of that, though. If you see them now, licensed therapists and all type of financial whatever, because they love school. So there's benefits of going to school. But you know, there's also other alternatives, being entrepreneurs. So we gotta unwrap and really speak about all of it as a whole, because it's definitely needed. It's definitely needed, man. And if we talking about something, we gonna be running a kingdom, but you don't know how to run your own finances. Come on, man. You think Christ is considering you to run anything? He's gonna look at you like, yo, yeah, you pick up a broom. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be kings and queens and priests for the Most High. We gotta learn. It starts now. We gotta learn it now, right? We can't sit with our hands folded, or like how they show the pictures of the ostrich, our head in the sand, because we don't want to do anything. We're scared, right? So I really do pray and hope that this conversation, this talk, was really eye-opening for a lot of people, right? A lot, you know, just for everybody who's watching, so that way we could get ahead and stop going backwards, man. Right? Any last words from our brothers?
Tawada for the being on tonight. Appreciate it. I love what you're doing once again, brother. Proud of you, man. All praises to the Most High for this body, this truth, this family, the brotherhood, sisterhood, G.O.C.C. You know, this is the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life, and I'm truly blessed and honored to be a part of it, man. So,
praise the Most High.
You know, we're all gonna endure till the end. Love you, man. Taz, love you, brother. Everybody worldwide, G.O.C.C., everybody watching, appreciate, love everybody, man.
God.
Praises. Just laying back enough for what he said. The water for the opportunity to come on. I believe this is a great segue into something that needs to, you know, continue, so that we can continue to build and not hustle backwards. Let's, you know, move forward, progress. The the water to everybody who, you know, came out and continue to support the church. And let's get it. Let's just continue to build and endure to the kingdom come.
All praises, all praises. Man, listen, man, I couldn't have said it and summed it up any better than my brothers, man. But let's continue to encourage each other and continue to push each other, because it's all about being the best, man, and seeing the best in yourself, seeing the best in your brother and your sister, and having the Most High guide you through it. So, once again, man, you guys could have been anywhere, but you
could be anywhere in the world, but you're now tuned into the Born of Levi experience.
So yes, thank you guys for coming in. And like I said, we're gonna have more conversations like this, because like I said, this is what I want to use this platform for. We want to change the mindset of the people. Yeah, Babylon is fallen, but listen, you have to work. You still have to work for Christ, for yourself, and for your family, and for your nation, right? So like all good things, this show must also come to an end. So once again, I appreciate you, brothers and sisters, for coming in. Until next time, next week, same time, same channel, right? Be there or be squared. That was a little cheesy, but I didn't know what else to say. But most high willing, I'll see y'all. Enjoy the rest of the night, and enjoy the Sabbath as well too. Most high willing, I'll see you all soon. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. Stream is ended. Oh, he just banged it real quick.